The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Philippines is seen as one of the fastest growing construction markets in the next 15 years. According to research, growth in the construction sector in ASEAN and some Southeast or South Asian economies is pegged at about $800 million, twice that of the United States in the next decade. This growth is being attributed to rising population and rapid urbanization in countries like the Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia, India, and Bangladesh. Researchers also credit these governments' push for public-private partnerships in infrastructure development. Just last month, the National Economic and Development Authority approved 194 infrastructure projects worth 9 trillion pesos. NEDA says 45 of these projects will be financed through public-private partnerships. The government is looking into claims of one cybersecurity firm that several agencies had suffered a massive data breach. The details in this report by Elaine Fulgencio.
The National Privacy Commission has met government agencies linked to the alleged data breach in a closed-door meeting. A cybersecurity firm said 1.2 million records, equivalent to about 817 gigabytes of data of employees and applicants of government agencies, were leaked online. The alleged leak includes personal information such as names, birth and marriage certificates, driver's licenses, academic transcripts, and tax records. Experts fear that the leaked information could be used for different crimes like identity theft, phishing, or blackmailing of law enforcement units. Privacy Commissioner John Naga said they are working closely with the concerned agencies to thoroughly investigate the matter.
Based on sa report ni Fowler, this data leak involves both personal at saka mga sensitive personal information. So, yung mga tao pwedeng magkaroon ng identity theft.
However, the NPC has yet to confirm if there was indeed a data leak.
We can definitely say na walang breach sa NBI, CSC, and BIR. But as with regards to PNP, we're still verifying. They're also conducting their own investigation.
PNP Chief General Rodolfo Azurin Jr. said he has also asked the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group to conduct an investigation regarding the matter.
So we just have to wait what happened at bakit napasok yung ating system.
The NPC is set to meet with a cybersecurity researcher to determine the source of the said breach. On Monday, the Privacy Commission will have an on-site investigation into the online recruitment and selection process of the National Police to check potential liabilities.
Pwede silang maparusahan under the Data Privacy Act ng negligence. So, accessing personal information and sensitive personal information through negligence, or kung tinago nila yung data leak na yan, alam na nila, matagal na, tinago nila, pwede na silang maparusahan ng concealment. So, this is a criminal action, criminal prosecution.
This is not the first time that the Philippine government experienced a data breach. Back in 2016, the Commission on Elections was the victim of a hacking incident. And in 2019, it was the DFA that experienced a passport data leak. The NPC emphasizes the importance of safeguarding personal data to implement necessary measures and ensure the protection of personal information.
Sabi nga lagi, di ba? You only collect what you can protect. If you cannot protect the personal information, sensitive personal information, then don't collect.
Reporting for News 5, Elaine Fulgencio, We Are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Philippines and China vowed to improve communication channels over issues in the West Philippine Sea following high-level meetings on Saturday. More details in this report by Camille Samonte.
Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang visited Manila for high-level talks with Philippine officials. He met with Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo on Saturday. In his opening remarks, Manalo insisted that the relationship between the two countries remains separate from issues on territorial dispute in the West Philippine Sea. He also said that this will not hinder their goal to resolve the issue for the sake of Filipino fisherfolk affected by incidents in the area. Investment pledges from President Bongbong Marcos' visit to Beijing were also tackled. There's also developments in the tourism front as flights from Beijing to Manila resume. China also emphasized the importance of cooperation between China and the Philippines in resolving disputes through dialogue and consultation. Beijing also pledged to continue cooperating with the Philippines in implementing agreements reached between President Bongbong Marcos and Chinese President Xi Jinping.
China is ready to work with the Philippines to truly implement the consensus between the presidents of our two countries, keep to the direction of friendship between our two countries, jointly uphold the larger picture of our bilateral relations.
After his meeting with Manalo, Qing proceeded to Malacanang for his courtesy visit to President Bongbong Marcos. During their talk, the Philippines and China agreed to open more lines of communication to prevent more tension in the West Philippine Sea. President Bongbong Marcos said the meeting proved fruitful as the two countries continue to make future plans in the economic, cultural, and educational sectors. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Pag-asa may raise the El Nino alert status next month, citing an 80% chance of a dry spell happening by July. The Weather Bureau said that the El Nino may start in Mindanao and works its way up across the country. PNP Chief Rodolfo Azurin Jr. is set to retire tomorrow, 9 months after assuming the agency's top post. There's no word yet on who will replace him as police chief. And in sports, the NU Lady Bulldogs and the Adamson Lady Falcons claimed their final 4 spots in the UAAP Women's Volleyball. The De La Salle University had earlier secured its place in the Final 4, while UST and FEU will be battling for the last semi spot later today. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 12 noon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.